Brennan, what are you doing?
Oh, nothing. Just filling my Amazon cart up with good stuff.
Your Amazon cart? Why are you putting so much expensive stuff in your Amazon cart?
Because I'm about to get that $2,000.
I don't think you're going to get $2,000.
What?
You might get $600. I don't think you're going to get $2,000.
Well, you want to talk about it in episode 3 of How Are We Related?
How Are We Related? I think we should probably get after it.
All right.
Discuss this.
Well, let's talk about somebody who's got some money, who's going to acquiring Reebok. They said Master P and the basketball player Baron Davis are trying to buy Reebok from Adidas for about $2.4 billion.
Does Master P have 2.4?
So, I'm in everybody's pockets.
You
so
are.
I look.
True.
I look. It was just a Google search away. And they did say that Master P is sitting on about $200 million.
Okay. That's a long way away from $2.4 billion.
Baron Davis is sitting on about $60 million.
Baron Davis?
Yeah.
Where does he get money from?
Basketball. He just played
$60 million, and he hasn't played in a while. Does he have endorsements?
I mean, he probably has some kind of endorsements. But I mean, my question is, even if Master P and Baron Davis buy Reebok, will people still want to buy Reebok?
I mean, does it matter who owns it? I mean, because I don't know who the owner of Reebok right now. So
I mean, the only good Reebok shoe is the Iverson. So it's like they got the 5411. That's the classic Reebok that most girls wore back in the 90s. And then they have the Iverson, and that's the shoe that guys wore in the 90s. But, I mean, other than that, I couldn't tell you another Reebok shoe that is,
No,
famous.
that Cardi B shoe that I wanted.
Oh, that's a Reebok shoe?
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe if they're buying Reebok and then they're going to invest in Cardi B, that actually would be, because, Master P tried to push off those Mignati tennis shoes.
Never heard of it.
If you Google it, it looks like an expensive shoe that is ugly, but it cost like a decent price. But you would think, are the
Yeezy prices or
not even like how Prada shoes are. That the Prada shoes are fancy Skechers. So if you buy a pair of Skechers and then do some fandanglement with it, you can probably
as a reminder, the bell is there for when Brennan makes up words.
I mean, you can do some adjusting with the shoe and make it look like a Prada, but your Skechers is still going to be a Skechers. But the Pradas cost like $900 and look like the $40 Skechers. The Mignatis look like an expensive Louis Vuitton shoe, but they're priced, at a regular price, but they don't look good like a Louis Vuitton shoe.
Well, good luck to Master P.
He's got like
Baron Davis.
He's got like tiger print on the shoe.
Yeah,
it's wild. It's
I just don't understand why he would want to, but I mean, whatever.
I mean, Master P he's got noodles. He's got ramen noodles, wrap snacks. Those wrap snacks.
Those are Master P.
That's Master P.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, Master P is a hustler. So it's like, I'm not doubting that he can make Reebok something, but it's like, for how long can he make Reebok something? Like, Reebok was acquired by Adidas in 2007 for $3.4 or $3.6 billion. Now they're trying to sell it for $2.4 billion. So from 2005 to 2020, in 15 years, it lost $1 billion.
Yeah.
Just sitting in Adidas.
Well, the whole thing about, he purchases it. All he has to do is put some good people around him who know how to market and make. Because what's the brand that just came back that I'm surprised that little 20-year-olds like? Champion.
Oh, yeah.
Where did that come from again? I don't know.
Well, I think it became popular because it was a decent looking brand and it was not expensive. So when it fell off, people were just like, "Oh, did it fall off?" But then when it came back, it was like, "Why did this fall off?" Was somebody
promoting Champion? Is that how it came back?
I think the Champion. I think they had like internet people wearing a bunch of Champion stuff, and that's kind of popped off because
influencers.
I saw the.
Never underestimate the power of influencers.
Yeah. I'm trying to be an influencer.
Man, can we all be an influencer?
Just get paid to I want to get paid to open up boxes.
Right. I want a Beyonce box.
Yeah.
I want somebody else was sending out boxes.
No, I just want to go and have somebody like send me a new product, and I videotape me opening the box,
right.
and looking at it and like, let me plug it in. Oh, it plugs in real good.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. 100,000 views.
Right. Exactly.
You know, and so that's what
turns into $100,000.
Man. That who Jack Dorsey is.
Yeah, the Twitter guy.
Yes, Twitter guy.
Yes.
So he was spotted with Jay-Z and Beyonce.
But that was an old picture. It was an old picture. I saw that.
But now rumors are coming out that Jack Dorsey is trying to acquire Tidal. And
I don't know why.
Jay-Z is it's not a bring word. Nefarious. For
you get a half a bell per hour.
He's nefarious for building something and then 10 years later selling it off.
Well, that's not. I'm not mad about that at all.
But that's. I mean, he takes everything with him and leaves everybody that's working kind of just for themselves. But
hey,
you should have been the boss.
You should have been the boss. Should have been your idea.
Should have been right. So it looks like Jack Dorsey is in cahoots with Jay-Z to buy Tidal. So Jack Dorsey also owns Square and Cash App.
Which I did not know until you told me that.
Yeah.
I did not know that he owned those.
I was listening to the Joe Budden's podcast because they are sponsored by Cash App, and they leaked out that there's supposed to be a Cash App Records, like a record company through Cash App. So it kind of makes sense that if you're building a record company, own Tidal.
Yeah.
So,
I know that you use Tidal. I don't know anybody else who uses Tidal.
Well, if you like artists and you want to support artists, Tidal pays the most for streams. Spotify, which is the biggest one. Pays the least.
Oh, really?
YouTube. Oh, wait. YouTube, I think, pays the least.
What about Apple Music?
Apple Music pays a little bit less than Tidal.
Okay.
So it's like the ones that have the least membership are paying more than the ones that I don't think.
I just need to know that's for when I cut my album, who to go to.
Oh, you definitely want to take it to Tidal first and get an exclusive deal with Tidal.
Okay.
Because
good to know.
The more streams you have on Tidal, you get paid more. But then after a while, you want to release it on all DSPs because you want to get all the money.
Okay. Good to know.
When's that album coming out?
Late 2024.
2024. Does it a name pending?
The name is pending until 2023.
Oh, okay. So look for 2023 for the name. For
the name.
And then
I'm gonna market it.
Right.
And build up some excitement.
Okay.
Around this album.
Okay.
Boom, drops 2024.
2024, and you know who it could be sponsored by?
Who?
Crown Royal Cans.
Crown Royal Cans. What the heck,
man?
Why did they? Why do we have brown liquor in cans now?
Listen, Crown Royal is now in a can, 7% alcohol. They got a whiskey and cola. Jesus. They got a apple, Washington apple, and a peach. And it looks like they're out in Texas and Illinois. So if you're in the Texas or Illinois.
So this is already out. This is not an idea.
Oh, no. There's pictures.
They're manufacturing this and putting it in stores already.
They're in Targets.
Wow.
Target. And I've looked on the internet and they said out of stock at Target.
So, were you going to go buy some?
I was just going to go buy one and get the can. And then I was going to go on the internet, open it up online, taste it, and tell everybody, 7% alcohol.
$100,000.
$100,000. Let me get my album together.
Right.
So, yeah. So, I also heard, I watched the guy review it. I watched the review of it. And he was saying the whiskey and cola, it tasted like a flat RC cola mixed with the Crown Royal. And it's only 7% alcohol. He said the Washington apple was a very kind of tart, kind of like he liked that the second most, but he said the peach is the way to go. Like I think it's peach tea. Okay. And so he said that the peach tea is the way to go. If you guys ever get your hands on one, you're gonna want to get the peach. If you have to decide, if you don't know which one, just go with the peach. That's my
coming
suggestion.
From a person who doesn't really drink at all.
Right,
I don't know or how far your recommendations are going to go, but that's okay. That's okay.
So if you're getting the Crown Royal in the can, I would suggest you get the peach because they say that the peach tasted like a little bit of that twisted tea.
Twisted Tea.
Twisted Tea has been in the news.
I saw that.
So Twisted Tea is making a run for Sprite, trying to take over Sprite's number one drink in the black community.
Shout out to homeboy.
Man, shout out to him. Like, he's been making his rounds on the meme scene. He was there when the president was signing that $600
What's he?
He had the Twisted Tea. Like, you better sign this. He's been everywhere. They put some Twisted Tea bullets into John Wick's gun.
So explain who the Twisted Tea guy is to those people who do that. No.
I'm just going to call him Twisted Tea Man.
Okay.
Twisted Tea Man was at the counter, and there was a belligerent, I don't know, he was off alcohol, meth.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Was he messed up?
He was on everything.
Okay.
So anyways, he was telling this black man whatever, and then he started saying
all types of N-words.
The N-word. And then he hit him with another N-word, and he was like, "You're not going to say that to me again." And then he asked him, "Slap me, slap me." And then he put his chin out.
He asked for it. Tapped
it about 4 times, and then Twisted Tea Man cocked back and showed that brother what he
reached
won.
Back too.
Oh man, he reached back like Angela Bassett reached back and slapped that woman in what's that movie called?
Waiting to Exhale.
Waiting to Exhale, when she slapped the secretary lady.
Secretary.
Yeah, he got hit like that. So
that was hilarious.
So now everybody is a fan of Twisted Tea. I've never really had Twisted Tea.
I haven't either. But however, I'm gonna get some now.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get some just to hold on to it and try to see what the big deal is about. Speaking of people making power moves, right? Like the Twisted Tea Man, my man 50 Cent is out here with Power Book 2, and they just signed for the second season of Power Book 2, and they're also going to start on Power Book 3, Raising Kanan.
I saw that. I never really watched Power Book 1.
What? You didn't? So you're not a Power?
Yes, I was a Power fan, and I watched it. But you know what I didn't? I didn't watch those last 6 episodes starting in January. Yeah. I just was like over it at that point. And then when the book 2 came out, I never watched it.
So what I'm hearing is you are a Omari Hardwick fan?
I was a Ghost fan.
So once he died, you died?
I never even saw him die. What I saw was at the end when everybody was walking towards the club to like come get him.
Oh yeah.
And then like they cut and then it was going to resume back in January of last year. But then I never went and watched the final 6 episodes of the original Power. Because I kind of knew, like, after I didn't watch it, everybody had already told me what happened. So
and that's the thing. I kind of like, so it's like nowadays, Power gets shown at 12 a.m. on.
It always did.
Yeah, so you have to watch it because you can't go on Facebook at 8 in the morning on Sunday because somebody's already watched it and has already told
Spoilers
you.
out there.
Like, so you got to catch it early or stay off Facebook.
Right.
Either way. There's only one way to survive a spoiler is to stay off Facebook or just to watch it.
Yeah, pretty much. And I did not do either, so.
Man. You know what I'm looking forward to?
What?
2020's wrap up by Uncle Murder.
What is that?
Uncle Murder? Oh my goodness. So Uncle Murder.
I don't know who
Uncle Murder is a 50 Cent artist. He's on G Unit Records. Mm-hmm. He I don't think he's put anything out on G Unit Records. He's put a couple mixtapes out, but
why is his name Uncle Murder though? I'm just so tired of all these names.
Well, he tried to switch it to Uncle M because he tried to be a little bit more political correct, but he was already Uncle Murder and nobody was going to call him Uncle M. And I mean, it just
okay.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to ask him if he really murders people because that's not my business.
So he's wrapping up 2020 how? Like, I don't understand.
So he took over for this guy Skills. Skills used to do the 2020 wrap up, so he would make a rap about everything that happened.
Okay.
But Skills was more of the PG-13. Uncle Murder came and gave us that raw, like...
Okay, so Uncle Murder's going to do a rap about 2020.
He's going to do a wrap up of 2020.
So it's a rap, but it's a...
It's a rap, and it's a wrap up of 2020.
Okay.
In a rap form.
So when does this rap come out?
It should be out now. So I'm waiting on it. So it's like he only has...
You sound excited.
I mean, he only has a couple days. Today
is this the only thing he does all year?
Yes. And and he hates K. Michelle. And he says at the beginning of it, every time,
she do to him?
because her hoo-ha stink. And
how does he know?
He just knows. So he said it one time, and she said something about him, about like why blah 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 blah. So he put that in the wrap up for the next 2 years. He just was like, oh, and by the way, K. Michelle's hoo-ha stank, just for no reason.
I'm appalled.
I mean, I'm appalled. K. Michelle is out here with a stank hoo-ha.
Oh my god!
I am appalled. You can't.
Oh no!
You can't be. Listen, you got to pick a struggle. You can't be famous and have a stinky body odor. You just can't do
goodness.
it.
I think he's just assuming that. I don't know if
he is, because he heard it from somebody and he repeated it on the Breakfast Club.
Wrong, though.
It is wrong, but I mean, it is kind of funny.
It's not. Oh Lord.
But what's going on? What's going on in the politics world? Tell me when I'm getting my check.
Like I said, I'm not sure if you're getting that $2,000. My man Mitch keeps blocking.
How is the state of Kentucky still? The state of Kentucky is a poor state, and so why is Mitch blocking this money? And how do they still keep voting for him?
I honestly don't know what Mitch McConnell's deal is, because he's very wishy-washy. He comes out. Well, first he was like Trump's crony, and he followed everything he did. He supported everything he did. Probably because he knew that his constituents were Trump supporters, whatever. Trump loses the election and comes out and says, okay, now after they do the electoral college vote, he comes out and says, okay, fine. He won. It's time to transition. Everybody be cool. But then he keeps doing things to derail people getting this coronavirus relief, which I don't understand.
Well, I thought the Republicans didn't want the $2,000 off the top.
Well, they didn't want the $2,000 off the top. So Democrats, as weak as they are, and they're just starting to get on my nerves at this point. They do not know how to negotiate. They do not know how to stand up for themselves. But whatever, they negotiated all the way down to $600. So you go from $2,000 to $600. I don't know what kind of negotiations these were, but granted, they were probably trying to put money in the hands of people.
Have you seen that new math? That is,
yeah,
I think that's that new math.
Maybe it is that new math.
That new math.
And honestly, what is $600 going to do?
I don't know.
Nothing. I didn't call that a win when it happened, because that's not even going to pay some people's rent.
I was going to say, most people's rent
is more than
$800 to $1,200.
Right.
It just in Indiana. So in New York City, I wish you would show me an apartment for $600, and I'll show you a room.
Exactly.
For Airbnb.
Yeah.
So I don't know what this $600 is going to do.
I really honestly don't know what that one-time $600. It's like that one-time $1,200 check was in May or whenever we got it, or they got it.
They say Canada is getting $2,000
a month
per month.
It's crazy.
And I thought we were stronger than Canada. I thought
we're greedier also. So whatever.
I don't know.
So anyway, they waited, or Trump goes to Mar-a-Lago for Christmas. Bill sits on his desk while he flies off to Florida. He's done throwing his temper tantrum. And he's like, okay, I'll sign the bill. The bill's already all the way in Washington, D.C. They had to put the bill on a plane and fly it to Florida.
They couldn't just fax it?
No. You need an original.
You can't fax? Oh, you got to have originals?
It's a bill.
Oh, you couldn't just email a PDF?
I need you to watch this PBS special called How a Bill Becomes a Law.
I seen that. I'm just a bill on Capitol Hill. I just figured maybe they adjusted in the time.
No.
Remember how you can electronically sign?
Yeah,
you can't do
no,
that
you can't do that.
On a bill?
You can't do that.
They need to government needs some new technology. Call Apple, government.
Well, normally, if he was contemplating it, he should have taken the bill with him. I don't know why he left it on his desk.
I got a conspiracy theory.
Tell me. I'm sure you do.
I believe this is a whole play for his legacy.
His legacy is already...
Okay, but if he goes out and can get everybody this 2,000, people will be like, hey, Trump at least got us that 2,000. But it was Trump who stopped the 2,000 early, like the more money, because they wanted...
Again, though, what is $2,000 going to do?
But for the people who are just like, what have you done for me lately? The Trump supporters, they're going to be like, hey man, you can't complain about Trump. He got you what, $1,200, so it would be $3,200 if it all comes to.
I think what most people don't realize is they're not giving you anything. They're just giving it to you in advance.
Early.
So all of those people who think you're going to get money back on your taxes, you are not.
I asked Aaron, I said, Aaron, so I got furloughed this year. So it's like my earned income is going to be different than what my regular earned income is. So I should be taxed at a lower bracket, or are they going to add the unemployment stuff that came in? So I'm going to get taxed on that. And it's like,
It's all a game. You're not getting anything for free.
So I was like,
everyone out there should know that nothing is ever free.
Might not be getting taxes for the next 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't know how they're going to do it. I don't think they're going to get you for 2 years, but I just know all those people who think you're getting money back this year. That's not happening because you already got it throughout the year.
Oh my goodness, I need some relief.
Anyway,
I need a vaccine for the government.
Well, that's another thing. I don't know when you're getting that either.
Oh my goodness.
This COVID relief, vaccine that got approved in the middle of the night a couple weeks ago. The deal was we were supposed to have at least, I think, 10 million people vaccinated before the end of the year. I think right now we've got 2 or 3.
Shout out to my guy Mike Large. He's a doctor.
Tom Large.
Tom Large also.
Tom. Both Mike and Tom.
I was gonna say I don't know Tom Large is a doctor. I know Mike.
The oldest brother.
Mike is a doctor.
Sorry, Tom Large, Mike Large. We went to high school with them.
Yep. But they are doctors, and I
didn't know Mike was a doctor. Also,
I just saw Mike get his shot, so I was.
I saw Tom get a shot.
That was Mike.
No, I saw Tom Large. Aren't you friends with him on Facebook?
I'm friends with Mike Large. I'm not even.
Oh, well, I'm not friends with Mike Large. I'm friends with Tom Large, and I saw Tom get his shot on Facebook.
They both got it.
Okay. Shout out to Mike and Tom Large.
And they're related also.
And they are related. They're brothers. We went to high school with them. Anyway, and they're both doctors. I did not know that.
They're both doctors. Yep.
Okay.
But I was just saying that because I saw him getting it, and so I was like, good. The first responders, because he's dealing with people that have COVID. Shout out to our god sister Tina.
Tina, did she get her shot?
She's supposedly getting her shot this week, and then she's going to be administering shots to people.
Oh, wow.
So shout out to all the people on the front line.
Yeah. My friend Crystal. You know Crystal.
Yep.
She's getting hers January, I think 4th or 5th.
Neil?
Yes.
Yep.
From college. Go Purdue.
Okay.
Yeah, so shout out to all the first responders and everyone who's getting shots and administering shots, and I'm so happy that they're able to get them. However,
who needs it?
I really don't understand these senators, especially these Republican senators, i.e. Marco Rubio, who was so against everything COVID.
I thought COVID wasn't real to him.
Yeah, well, me too.
But he's taking a real vaccine?
And one of the first people to get it.
Oh, first in line, huh?
Yeah, right. So, I mean, make that make sense. I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't think that he's the one. Maybe he's getting it to show people that it's okay for you to get it. Maybe he thinks he's doing some civic duty, but your civic duty should have come years ago.
Yeah.
So I'm just not even.
I don't really like Marco Rubio. I don't know much about him. You might have to tell me more about him, but I mean,
he's the worst.
His whole style is chump to me. So.
He's the worst. He's the worst. He's definitely one of the many people, in my opinion, who lost 2020.
Oh man.
One of the many people who lost 2020.
Who else? Can we first talk about who we lost?
Yes.
In 2020?
So many people.
Man, can you run a couple names down?
So many people. So obviously.
All right, let me start off because I want to start off R.I.P.
Okay.
to Kobe and his daughter.
Yes.
So
that was horrible.
That was the first. There might have been somebody else who died before that, but that was when I realized 2020 is going to be
I remember I called you.
Yeah, you called me, and I was watching the Pro Bowl game because I was getting ready for the 49ers. So I was like, once I heard Kobe died, I was like, I don't think the 49ers are going to win.
Did they not win?
No,
they didn't.
No. And they were winning, and then they lost.
And they lost.
And it's in 2020 fashion. They had a 10-point lead in the fourth quarter.
The 49ers.
And boom. You know, just Atlanta Falcon do away. Atlanta Falcon, they're one of the biggest losers in 2020. But let's talk about the people we lost.
Okay. Kobe, Chadwick.
Dang.
And I found, obviously...
Wakanda forever.
Wakanda forever. But you know what? I found out both of them died via TMZ. They are always first. Always first.
Do not get caught in a TMZ headline.
Don't either.
Listen.
TMZ is always first.
I'm like, oh, shucks.
I don't understand how they are everywhere and know everything, but they are always first. I think they announced that Kobe died before his wife knew, which I think is whack. But
they're just trying to be first.
I know. Charlie Pride.
Ooh.
Alex Trebek, Eddie Van Halen, Kelly Preston, who I love. She's one of my favorite actresses.
That was John Travolta's wife?
Yes, John Travolta's wife. She had cancer. Dang. Jerry Stiller.
Okay.
Little Richard. Kirk Douglas. The Notorious RBG. She died at like the worst time. I wish she would have just held on.
Man, couple more months. Ugh. Just until January 20th.
Right, January 20th. And I thought she was going to too. She was working out.
Man, but you know what? When COVID hit, I was worried about her.
I'm like, can we put a bubble around RBG, please?
Her and Betty Wright, but Betty Wright's still out here kicking.
She is. Who else did we lose? B. Smith.
Oh man.
B. Smith. I have like all of her serving wear because I love her. Andre Harrell.
Speaking of other music, DJ Indiana Jones from local Indiana DJ.
He died?
He died just recently.
He's from Indy?
Yeah, he was an Indianapolis DJ.
DJ Indiana Jones?
Yeah.
Have I not heard of him?
You might not, but he's a big DJ.
Okay. Kenny Rogers, guys.
Oh, my goodness.
Kenny Rogers.
Know when to hold.
You gotta know when to hold. Oh, sorry. I might do a tribute to him, my album in 2024.
Okay.
Look out for
you
that.
Might have a special, like a guest appearance. You could get an old track from him.
I could.
Like call his family and see a loose track out there.
You never know.
Anything is possible when you get that 100,000.
You never know.
Where the money reside.
Where the money reside. John Fletcher from Houdini.
Oh man, the freaks come out at night. The freaks come out at night.
Some of the things we lost in 2020.
Oh, hold on. Oh. I gotta get Juice WRLD in there.
I'm sorry. Juice WRLD. Pop Smoke. You know, I just found out who Pop Smoke was when he died. His music was kind of nice.
Brianna hit me up and was like, man, Brennan, I've been listening to this guy when I've been on the treadmill. And I'm like, man, I can't wait to hear more stuff from him. And I was like, well, who is it? She was like, Pop Smoke. And I was like, well, you better enjoy that album.
He gone.
Yeah, there might not be another.
He gone. I didn't know who he was until he died.
He was good.
R.I.P. Pop Smoke.
What are the things that we lost?
We lost birthday parties.
Oh yeah, definitely. R.I.P.
R.I.P. movie theaters.
Oh yeah.
I don't think they're coming back.
I was gonna say AMC is in the crap hole.
I don't think they're coming back.
Yeah, a lot of movies have been released straight to like HBO Max.
Yeah.
I think HBO Max is about to turn into the new theater because Netflix, HBO Max, Amazon Prime has been showing pretty decent movies.
Concerts. We lost concerts. When are they ever going to come back?
I haven't been in a concert.
I feel bad for like artists because that's really how they made their money.
Yeah.
So I don't know I don't know. I know that, we saw some comedians doing, like Dave Chappelle did something in like a farm.
Yeah.
A yard or something. And then, what's his name?
Kevin Hart
did it in his basement, which you don't think it was his basement.
Not his basement, no.
Whatever. We also lost travel in 2020.
Yeah.
Some people lost travel. I still am going places.
I was going to say, we still went to North Carolina.
North Carolina. I just got back from Jamaica.
I was going to say, we just got back from Colorado.
Yeah, that's true.
You can travel, but you can't really experience the same stuff when you were traveling. So there's probably things that were closed. When we were in Colorado, there's certain places that we just couldn't go due to COVID.
You can't travel freely. Right. I guess we should say that. You can't do...
Now they're about to have a COVID thing. So that, like, when you travel internationally, you have to have this international, like, thing that says you're COVID free. So I was like,
well, I had to have a COVID test and then bring a piece of paper that said I was COVID negative when I went to Jamaica.
oh yeah, that might be the same thing.
You know what I'm afraid of? And here's my conspiracy theorist. You know, like we were growing up, Mom talked about the mark of the beast and all that.
Yep.
You're gonna have to take a shot,
Yep.
and then if that's. Are you not going to be able to travel or do anything or go into restaurants or stores unless you've proven that you've had the vaccine?
I'm cool on that vaccine because I'm guaranteeing they're going to throw some kind of chip in there that might not be for anything now, but then maybe 10 years later, they might, everybody who has that, we can activate that chip and boom. No. Now it's on and popping. So
there we go.
I'm just going to...
You just be careful.
I'm going to believe by faith
there
that I'm supposed to stay healthy. Key bobo. Sha-na-na-na.
So who, in your opinion, out of all the horrible things that happened in 2020, who came out on top? Who do you think won 2020?
Lysol and toilet paper.
Lysol and toilet paper.
Lysol and toilet paper.
Actually, they didn't, because had they really been on top of it, we would not have had the Lysol toilet paper drought that we had. Lysol should have been in major manufacturing mode when all of this happened. I should not have been able to go to the store and not seeing just rows and rows and rows of disinfectant somewhere.
You know who they used to call crazy?
Yeah.
Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson used to walk around with a mask on all day.
He did. You're right.
He was futuristic. He wasn't crazy.
He was before his time.
So he won. And he died a couple of years ago, but he still won in 2020 because now everybody's wearing masks and it's like, now we all look like, what they call him, Wacko Jacko. Now it doesn't look like he's not too wacko now. Everybody's wearing a mask.
You know who I think won 2020?
Who's that?
Amazon.
Amazon and
Bezos.
Zoom.
And Zoom. Well, Zoom did too. Zoom, all of those Zoom teams, all those.
Yeah, teams.
But everyone who was a billionaire prior to 2020 is now a trillionaire.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Anybody who had stuff for sale or like was in just selling anything, you basically were selling out because a bunch of people were just sitting at home. Just I ain't got nothing else to do. Let me just order this.
Yeah,
order this,
Amazon
order this.
definitely, in my opinion, won 2020.
Yeah, I give Amazon the belt because Amazon delivered Lysol toilet paper.
But listen, and Amazon was still on time.
Yeah, and Amazon
they figured it out.
Christmas was still delivering packages on time while USPS and UPS were all bogged down.
You know what that's called? Logistics. Amazon just does it right. They just do a job. Shout out to Jeff Bezos.
And just imagine he started all that from a basement,
in the garage. Yes.
So
selling books.
I wonder, who was his delivery man when he was getting orders in his garage? Did he just because Uber wasn't even around? So it's
crazy.
Was he just hand delivering them, mailing the stuff from his mailbox?
Crazy. And he didn't do all that alone. That's how you put good people around you. You put a good team around you. There it is. There it is. Yeah. You will win.
Yeah.
You will win.
Definitely. I mean, that's with anything. You can look at Michael Jordan's team. Michael Jordan made Bill Cartwright a good player. Yeah. And I don't even know if you know
B.J. Armstrong.
B.J. Armstrong. B.J. Armstrong was a decent player, but he's a champion because he played with Michael Jordan. So it's you put a good position role players around
John
you.
Stockton, all of them.
John Paxson.
Sorry, John Paxson. Stockton played for Utah, right?
Yeah, and he played against Jordan. So that was close. That's why I let you live.
I know my Jordan era stuff, basketball. Yes, I do.
You are a very big Jordan
I was going to
fan.
marry Michael Jordan.
Yeah, and then Juanita came in.
She did.
You were mad at Juanita for a while.
I was so mad at Juanita.
You were 12, 13.
I was mad at her, and then I moved on to Chris Webber.
Oh my goodness!
I did.
You just like bald-headed basketball players.
I must have dark-skinned, bald-headed basketball players.
There's a pattern. Isn't your husband bald-headed
and dark? Yeah,
dark-skinned.
He sure is.
But he played football.
He did.
Yeah,
he did.
But he likes to play basketball, so
he does. He can't do that anymore, though.
Oh, so
he's got 44-year-old ankles and knees.
Hey, but he was good in his time. So there might be tapes that you can watch.
Right. Tell me what you are thankful for this year.
This year, just
we're just gonna wrap up 2020 and just what are the things that we're thankful for?
2020, I'm just thankful that I'm alive, health. 2020, just happy for my family, everybody, for the additions, because I was out couch shopping, and then you called me and were like, I'm about to have a daughter, and I was just like, wow. And I was just like, and Brianna's gonna have a daughter too, and I was like, what? So, you know, that's also a beautiful thing, the additions to the family. Just happiness. Everybody
like was good in our family. I think I think that was a blessing in 2020. I was talking to Alicia today. She was on our episode last week. She's my best friend since 8th grade. And I was just reflecting about 2020. And what I'm grateful for, I think, in 2020 is grace. And then I say that because I think about, so Brennan and I lost our father last year in 2019, June 2019. And I think about all the things that we did throughout that year, in and out of the hospital, in and out of the rehab. He was at Brianna's house. We had all of our friends flying in to see my dad because he was sick, and everybody just kind of liked PJ, and they found out he was sick, so everybody wanted to come see him. What if that was this year?
Yeah, it'd be horrible.
This year we would not have been able to like stay with him at the hospital, see him at the rehab. We went and watched. He was a Notre Dame women's basketball fan, so we went to the rehab place and had a room set up and watched the tournament with him.
I watched the championship game. Me and Aaron watched the championship game with him.
I was there.
Oh yeah, you were there too. At the what is it, a hospice center?
It wasn't hospice. It was just rehab. Because after he got out of the hospital, it was rehab. But I just think about like that was grace when we didn't even know that was grace, because it was God allowed that to happen last year versus this year, where this year we wouldn't have been able to do all of that. We wouldn't have been able to give him a good funeral and good send off. We wouldn't have been able to see him like we did. So that's what I'm grateful for. If I have to reflect back in 2020, I'm thankful for grace, when basically getting something that you don't even deserve, because we didn't deserve that. No. But I think that was one thing that I can say. And then everybody's healthy. Like, our entire family has been healthy. We've been careful, I think. Yeah. I hope. But I think that that's probably the best part of 2020 for me.
I understand that. I also feel that health is a big deal in the family, because it's like when one person gets sick, they all feel it. Everybody feels it. So it's like, absolutely. So it's like when our dad got sick, we all felt it. So we it's kind of a blessing that we went through 2020 and COVID free, and nobody really had to deal with the COVID dilemma in our immediate family. Yeah. So,
but that's just side of a tight-knit family, because, one person doesn't go through something without the other person going through it. And I'm just so thankful that we were raised that way, but I'm also thankful for the siblings that I've had, that I have, and then the way that we were raised. At this point, we don't have parents, but we still manage to be together and basically do the things that we were raised to do. Which, shout out to Barbara and Percy.
Yeah, just raising good people. And I also want to thank a lot of you and Brianna's friends, because I came over and hung out, and like those people didn't really have to, be nice to me. They, I'm just a little brother, but it's like they treated me like family. If I'm your friend, they invited me to their houses. If you guys were going over there, they would invite us. So it's like, shout out to all those people that just made that transition period from 2019 to 2020 just very easy and peaceful.
Absolutely. Shout out to all of our friends and family and loved ones. And 2020, it's going to be in our hindsight in a couple days.
Except for John Travis.
John Travis? What now? Come on.
I'm just a hater.
I like John Travis. You guys.
Oh, no, he's cool. I'm just a hater. I just want to throw him a shout out, but
John Travis,
kind of hate.
You know you're my boy, and I try my best to stick up for you. I do whatever I can.
Well, Brett, this has been an episode of
How Are We Related?
With Brennan J.
And Brett Janelle. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, everyone. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy Hanukkah. Happy holidays. We will see y'all in 2021.
We out.
Peace.